Hello friends, I am Dr. Sonu Yadav. Today's topic of discussion is cell injury. Now coming on to the definition. Cell injury. If cells are exposed to damaging insults, deprived of critical nutrients, or compromised by mutation that affect essential cellular function, then a sequence of events follows that is termed as cell injury. It is of two types: reversible and irreversible. Reversible, it is caused when the stimulus is acute and milder form. This leads to reversible injury. And if the stimulus is of chronic type and severe form, this leads to irreversible cell injury. In reversible, if the stimulus is removed, the cell will return to normal state. That is, it is characterized by functional and structural alterations in early stages or mild form of injury, which are correctable if the damaging stimulus is removed, whereas irreversible cell injury lead to cell death. It is of two types: apoptosis and necrosis. So now coming on to the various mechanism of cell injury. These are the various mechanism of cell injury. First, decreased production of ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Next, mitochondrial damage. Third, influx of calcium and loss of calcium homeostasis. Fourth, unfolded protein response and ER stress. Fifth, accumulation of damaged DNA and misfolded proteins. Sixth, increased permeability of cellular membranes. Seventh, accumulation of oxygen derived free radicals. We are going to study all the mechanisms one by one. Coming on to the first mechanism, that is decreased production of ATP. ATP, it is required for virtually all synthetic and degradative process within the cell. For example, membrane transport, protein synthesis and lipogenesis, etc. Hence, depletion of 5 to 10% of ATP of normal levels has widespread effects on many critical cellular systems. Now, what are the effects? If there is decreased synthesis of ATP, it will lead to three processes. That is, there is anaerobic glycolysis. This anaerobic glycolysis results in increased production of lactic acid and decrease in glycogen. This leads to change in pH. The pH of cell becomes acidic, which leads to inactivation of enzyme, clumping of nuclear chromatin, and ultimately leads to cell injury. Now coming on to the second process, that is activity of sodium pump is reduced. This result in influx of sodium, calcium and water and effusion of potassium, result in swelling of endoplasmic reticulum and the cell. This will result in loss of microvilli and bleph formation, ultimately leads to cell injury. Now third process, there is detachment of ribosomes from rough endoplasmic reticulum and there is dissociation of polysomes, ultimately results in decreased production of protein synthesis and further leads to cell injury. and this will follow cell death by necrosis. So these are the effects of decreased synthesis of ATP, that is anaerobic glycolysis. Activity of sodium pump is reduced, and detachment of ribosomes from rough endoplasmic reticulum and dissociation of polysomes eventually leads to cell injury followed by cell death. Now, what are the effects? The activity of the plasma membrane energy dependent sodium pump is reduced. Cellular energy metabolism is altered. There is detachment of ribosomes from the rough endoplasmic reticulum and dissociation of polysomes ultimately leads to irreversible damage to mitochondrial and lysosomal membrane, and the cell undergo necrosis, that is cell death. This is all about the first mechanism. Now coming on to the next, that is mitochondrial damage. It can get damaged by the following, that is oxygen deprivation, hypoxia, various toxins, mutation in mitochondrial genes, reactive oxygen species, very important, and increased concentration of calcium in cytoplasm. So these are the causes of mitochondrial damage, that is oxygen deprivation, hypoxia, toxins, mutation in mitochondrial genes, reactive oxygen species, and increased concentration of calcium in cytoplasm. Now, if there is mitochondrial damage, this will lead to formation of a channel or pore. This channel or pore, then there is loss of mitochondrial membrane potential and leads to failure of oxidative phosphorylation. This will result in depletion of ATP, ultimately leads to cell injury, and there is abnormal oxidation, which will increase the formation of reactive oxygen species and lead to cell injury that follows cell death. Now, the second process is, if there is formation of channel or pore, there is leakage of proteins which are present between outer and inner membrane of mitochondria. Some of these induce apoptosis. It is a type of cell death. In this, the cell death is by enzyme caspases, which lead to cell death by apoptosis. So when there is mitochondrial damage, it lead to formation of a channel or pore. This will result in two processes, that is loss of mitochondrial membrane potential, failure of oxidative phosphorylation that result in depletion of ATP and abnormal oxidation. Depletion of ATP will result in cell death by necrosis. Abnormal oxidation, there is increased formation of reactive oxygen species which leads to cell death by necrosis. And then second process is, there is leakage of proteins present between inner and outer membrane of mitochondria, which leads to activation of caspases, and there is cell death by apoptosis. Now coming on to the third mechanism, that is influx of calcium and loss of calcium homeostasis. Normally the concentration of systolic calcium is very low and most of it is sequestrated in mitochondria or endoplasmic reticulum. So when there is damaging agents like ischemia, and toxin. This causes increased release of calcium from intracellular store or increased influx of calcium through cell membrane. Ultimately, both of these leads to increased intracellular calcium, and this increased intracellular calcium increase accumulation of calcium in mitochondria, which increase mitochondrial permeability and transition pore, ultimately leads to failure of ATP production and cell death. Increased intracellular calcium activate various enzymes like caspases, phospholipases, proteases, endonucleases, and ATPase. Caspase will lead to apoptosis, that is a form of cell death. Phospholipase will damage the membrane. Proteases will also damage the membrane. Endonuclease fragments DNA and chromatin. ATPase, there is destruction of ATP. All of them leads to cell death. Now the next mechanism is unfolded protein response and ER stress. Chaperones in ER, that is endoplasmic reticulum, control the proper folding of newly synthesized proteins, and misfolded polypeptides are shuttled into the cytoplasm, where they are ubiquitinated and targeted for proteolysis in proteasome. This is the function of normal cell. In normal cells, there are chaperones which are present in the endoplasmic reticulum, which control the proper folding of newly synthesized protein, and if there are misfolded polypeptides, they are shuttled into the cytoplasm, where they are ubiquitinated and targeted for proteolysis in proteasome. If, however, unfolded or misfolded proteins accumulate in the endoplasmic reticulum, then they trigger a number of alterations that are collectively called unfolded protein response. If this cytoprotective response is unable to cope with accumulation of misfolded proteins, the cell activate caspases and induce apoptosis, that is a form of cell death. This process is called ER stress. Now the causes of ER stress: if there is increased rate of misfolding protein or reduction in the cell's ability to repair or eliminate them, or deleterious mutations or decreased capacity to correct misfolded protein as occur in aging. Viral infections, when proteins encoded by the viral genome are synthesized in such large quantities that they overwhelm the quantity control system that normally ensures proper protein folding, leads to ER stress. Other causes are increased demand for secretory proteins such as insulin in insulin resistant states and changes in intracellular pH and redox state. Many foldases require ATP to function. Deprivation of glucose and oxygen, as in ischemia and hypoxia, also increase the burden of misfolded proteins. Now, in a normal cell, the new proteins are formed, then the chaperones will help in folding the proteins, and they are mature folded proteins. This is the normal process. And if there is metabolic alteration, genetic mutation, viral infection, chemical insult, this result in excess misfolded proteins, that is ER stress. Now, then there are two processes. Cellular adaptation takes place, then this will decrease the protein synthesis or increase production of chaperones, that is mature folded protein is formed. But if the cellular adaptation is not acquired, there is failure of adaptation. This lead to apoptosis. Now coming on to the next mechanism, that is accumulation of damaged DNA and misfolded proteins, causes exposure to radiation, chemotherapeutic drugs, reactive oxygen species, or may occur spontaneously as a part of aging. Damage to nuclear DNA activates sensors that trigger p53 dependent pathways. DNA damage activates p53, which arrests cells in G1 phase of cell cycle. Activation of DNA repair mechanism. If these mechanisms fail to correct the DNA damage, p53 triggers apoptosis by mitochondrial pathway. Thus, the cell chooses to die rather than survive with abnormal DNA that has the potential to induce malignant transformation. Now, the next mechanism is increased permeability of cellular membranes. Membrane damage may affect plasma membrane, lysosomal membrane, and mitochondrial membrane. The mechanisms are: if there is increased production of reactive oxygen species, this leads to lipid peroxidation of cell membrane and damage to cell membrane. Second, loss of selective membrane permeability. This will increase influx of fluids, ions, proteins, enzyme, and lead to cell death. Third, if there is increased cytosolic and mitochondrial calcium, this will damage cell membrane in two ways: by activation of calcium dependent phospholipases and proteases that will damage the membrane and ultimately leads to cell death. This is all about the first six mechanisms. The last one, reactive oxygen species, that we will discuss in our further lectures.